You don't think Hector's a gray mage, do you? I mean, I know you don't like him. I know I certainly don't. But that doesn't mean he's actually evil, you know?
No.
No.
I mean, the heads have the Rod of Finding. It clearly marks pools of power inside of people. They would immediately be able to identify if someone had two pools inside them. And weren't they out scouting with Hector just the other day?
Ash felt a great weight slide off her shoulders. She had forgotten about the rod, about the trip. She had been so concerned with the oddities that existed in Hector that she hadn't realized how impossible her fear was.
Thank you.
No worries. I figured I should tell you. I mean, I owed him for the ritual thing. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to clean up your books. I'm heading back to the garden for more training.
With that, Belinda left. With a sigh, Ash reopened the book, and began to read once more, starting from the section with the detailed descriptions of anatomy. Hector was right. Studying was just what she needed to relax.
So, did you figure out who she was?
I think so.
For now, we have to speak
Only at night, when she's sleeping. Do you have any information on this thing on my hand?
No, and she's not asleep. Hello there, girlie. Swirling.
The sounds in her head were gone. Ash pushed herself upright, off of the pillow of the tome. That would make this the second time hearing those voices. She couldn't decide whether or not hearing the voices proved them real or her mad. Had they been talking about a mark? The voices had sounded different this time, more clear. Still, they hadn't sounded right. One had sounded at once both singular and a chorus. Shivers found her in the warm library. If what they had discussed was indeed a mark, then one of those voices was her pair.
Good, you're awake. Prudence was worried about you when you didn't return.
There are certain curses far more dire and foul than light and shadow or goddess. Ash quickly recited all that she could remember in rapid succession as she leapt to her feet.
Studying the gray mages.
His face was crestfallen.
I am sorry I told you about my theory.
Oh, why?
Ash asked the question with a little more enthusiasm than it required, her heart still pounding from Hector's sudden appearance.
Prudence informed me that the idea of being paired to a grey mage had frightened you. Admittedly, rightfully so.
Hector paused, his face becoming a mask of concentration as he appeared to disappear into deep thought.
Your fears are unfounded. A grey mage would have to be very nice to be paired with you, because you are a very nice person. Unless you are secretly a sociopath. I speculate there may be perhaps one or maybe two grey mages with any reason to be such besides being, well, evil. But such grey mages would be very, very rare, and it is unlikely you would ever meet one. I mean truly extraordinarily rare. Believe me, I've thought about it. A lot.
I get it.
The point I am trying to make is that I made my original theory when I was grasping at straws. As ridiculous as it sounds, you are far more likely paired to someone living high atop a flying island, and they probably have no idea what the phoenix mark on their hand is about.
The words struck a chord within Ash.
I think you're at least half right there.
She paused for dramatic effect.
I heard voices again.
Heck's eyes grew large and his lips narrow, his face flushing.
Light and shadows. I need to talk to Elfnod more. I need to learn about this witch magic.
Do you think it's a witch?
Possibly. Just think. Being paired to something other than a paladin. If that is possible, would trios be possible? A witch, a paladin, and a necromancer. And he mentioned wizards. Are they a type of witch? Or could we have squads? Oh, just imagine it. 4 people. Of course, if we ever find that to be the case, we'll have to keep this secret from the cult of Grey Mages.
Yeah, that's not something I wanted to think about. Yeesh.
Sorry.
So how are we going to get to a flying island?
Hector's enthusiasm dampened with a visible tick of his eye.
Ah, yes, well, I haven't gotten that sorted yet. The first thing I plan to do is determine the range the ritual is capable of. From there...
Hector shrugged.
Now, about the voices, what did they say?
Ash recited the conversation as best she could.
I think your pair's a boy. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
Because you like girls.
I'm surprised you picked up on that.
The sarcasm dripped from her voice.
I am more perceptive than people give me credit for, which isn't actually that hard, as I don't think I am ever given any credit.
Anyway, I don't really know what I want.
Ash cocked her head for a moment.
No, I lied. I still want to be with Prude.
Me too.
Ash's eyes grew wide. A knot of anger broiled in her stomach.
I like her. I didn't really know who I would be paired with, or even if I would.
Hector struggled with words, wrestling between his tongue and head, trying to find what to say.
I like her.